Hello! We switch from synthwave to a nice little noir. I move down here. I don't know where I'm gonna leave my cam yet, but we're gonna be playing Dupery today because I've played Demon Bluff last session and I remember that I didn't finish Dupery yet. I didn't get a 100%. So we're gonna try to do that today. The music is very nice. I miss the music as well. And I have hurt my back again. Hey Everett! Greetings from Brazil. Hope you're doing well. And I've hurt my back again, so I couldn't do pull-ups today. Kind of taking some meds and doing some patches on my lower back. So we'll see when I get back in action. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to Dupery. And Everett, if you don't know, Dupery, I don't know how long you stayed for Demon Bluff last time, but Dupery is basically the same type of deduction game, but with very nice noir visuals and jazz music. Is this jazz? It's good music anyway. And last time I did get to... Oh, I don't remember how to play this anymore. Hello? No, don't tell me I can't continue from my last save. Or is the game broken? Nice, nothing's happening. Game? Game? At least OBS didn't crash, so we're in luck, actually. But how do I get this to end? Let's quit the game and open it again. Oh, if I have to start from 0, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like, my stats are here. So it couldn't be that there's an update that broke my save. Or could it? No. Okay, I guess we start a new game then. But it makes me kind of sad. I wish I could, like, restore my save somehow. Starting a new game will abandon your current run. Are you sure you want to proceed? I have no other option. Okay, so this is who we are. We are this, I don't know, investigator. And the syndicate is our enemy. And we have different cases we can work. I think I'm gonna start with normal because it gives, and we gotta reach the 100% on this bar here. I have 0% currently because I started a new game. And each case that we get wrong, or people that we get wrong on a case, lowers our reputation. So if our reputation is lower than 4, we get fired. Let's start with case number 3. And I think my cam is on the right place because you guys can see the rows up here and my reputation down here. There's nothing where I'm at, so that's okay. And then we have different doors and we gotta open those doors. And the different roles have different abilities, just like in Demon Bluff. Now, shall we start with door number 2? Oh, and also each time we open a door, time passes. Some people have abilities that talk about when stuff will happen according to the hour, so we gotta pay attention to that. So the mailman is telling us that the fall guy lives in town and he's never heard of the weatherman. The fall guy is here as said by the mailman, so that makes sense. We have another mailman telling us that the priest lives in town and he's never heard of the mobster. So this person is already suspicious because there is a mobster here. And there is a mistress. The mistress says that she's surrounding the wife's partner unless the wife is lying or tainted. I make the wife jealous. Okay, lots of information for the mistress. We'll deal with that when we have 2. The wife is here and says she'll never forgive her partner. So is that the wife being jealous? I pick an innocent partner. When investigated, I announce their address and I'm adjacent to my innocent partner. Okay, so you're jealous because the mistress is here. We have another wife who is also jealous. Someone here is a copycat, and someone here is one of the other mobsters or underlings, are the evil guys in this situation. The bloodhound points us in the direction of one evil is, or underling. And we have a third mailman. Oh my god. The therapist lives in town and he's never heard of a mobster. So you two, one of you has to be tainted and one of you has to be lying. And since the bloodhound is pointing west, if we believe him, we know that the mailman number 6 is one of the underlings. There's so few people in this case. So this guy is evil. We can use pins to show our suspicions here. Suspicions. There's pins for the mailman, who is suspectedly evil. You are suspectedly a copycat, but does the copycat lie when they copy? It doesn't say that it lies. So I think this wife is a copycat. This wife is number 2's wife. And this mailman is the mistress. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure. What do I do now? I forget. How do I tell that these people are the people I want to accuse? I was right, this is a mistress, and this has to be the mobster. Okay, so this case was a normal one. Felt nice and easy. So I'm kind of confident that we can go to harder ones. Oh, there's no hard one yet, so let's choose another normal one. This normal gives me more percentage than this one, but it's also gonna be harder, I guess. Mathematician suspected. I don't know what suspected means. I forget. Is there a tutorial? Nope. So the mathematician, when investigated, announces the sum of all evil dresses. Suspected, yeah. I mean, I know what suspecting something is. I don't know what, in this context, what suspected role might mean. Like, do I suspect that the mathematician is one of the bad guys? In this case. We have a fall guy here. A bloodhound pointing west. The priest is telling that he's the priest. The bloodhound may be tainted, and then he might be falsely accusing the priest, because when the priest is not lying, he says that he's the priest. So that's okay. So this feels like the bloodhound is either tainted or a bad guy. The wife is talking about never forgiving her partner, but the mistress isn't here. So that's suspicious as well. The tailor has an ability that we can use. Oh, this is a true wife. And she loves number 2. Oh, that doesn't make sense, because it says here that the wife is adjacent to her innocent partner. So she's not adjacent to number 2. So she's lying as well. She might be a bad guy or a tainted one. One of the wives is a bad guy and the other one is tainted. We have 2 tailors, so one of them is a copycat. What's the tailor's skill? Ability. Pick 2 rows and he announces if they are the same alignment. Huh. I think this bloodhound is the bad guy and one of the wives is a bad guy. So since we think and why do I think the number 4 is the bad guy in this situation? Because if wife number 5, nah, but the mistress has to be adjacent. I am surrounding the wife's partner unless the wife is lying or tainted. Oh, I'm sorry about that. The wife's partner unless the wife is lying or tainted. I make the wife jealous. I lie and pretend to be a suspected role. So what does surrounding mean? Surrounding is someone who is adjacent, but including... It also includes people who are diagonally there. But she doesn't surround the wife's partner unless the wife's lying or tainted. But how could the wife be tainted? Does the fall guy taint someone? Bonjour, Chris. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so the fall guy is considered an underling, but I think that doesn't matter for us in any of the underlings. I'm not sure why the wife would be lying. And the Bloodhound says that they announced the direction of the nearest evil row from them, that it's in the same column or row. Oh, I think this person could be the mistress, the Bloodhound. That would make sense because they surround the wife, this wife. And then this wife, their original partner will be the priest. And that's why they're jealous, because the mistress is here. And the surround makes sense because they're diagonally adjacent to the wife. And this one is gonna be the mobster. Let me just use one of the tailors. Yeah, this tailor says that they are both same alignment. And if I use the other tailor here, they are also the same alignment. So that makes sense to me. The mistress, yeah. And this guy is a mobster. Good. Easy. We have a hard one now. So do we go for that? And then risk me losing my entire run while at 42%, or do I do another normal one? No opinions. Hey, hacking midway. Hard run, obviously. Go big or go home? Okay. I'm nervous. You can do a hard one, you're a good detective. Thank you. I have good reputation, so we can afford to lose it. You got this, queen, thank you. See, this level has a clock tower. So that means that this tower is gonna sound sometime when the time passes. And then we gotta make sure that the time that the clockmaker says is the same that the clock tower sounded in. We have 4 underlings. Oh my god. The Spectre makes someone obscured. The Coleman, when arrested, is not revealed, so we gotta leave them for last. The Barkeep transforms an innocent row into a drunkard. Damn, this is hard. What about the wannabe? Do you guys want me to move to the other side so you can see better? Here. Sorry about the music. I don't know why it stops when I... Unity-based games have this characteristic. Oh, when I go over the rows, you can see a description. So if a row is down here, it like gets behind my camera. See? The wannabe has quite a weird description. I pretend to be a tainted in-play revealed underling, and one in-play underling is revealed. But we only have 2 meddlers. But the Barkeep transforms someone into a drunkard. The Stalker has an ability. Pick a surrounding neighbor and pretend to be their appearance. I might kill them. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so the partner is saying that 10 is the clockmaker. Let's make that... Oh, they're lying. Nice. So this is the underling that's revealed, right? The wannabe? I pretend to be a tainted play revealed. Are you the wannabe or the underling? We'll have to know. Let's look at someone else. 4 is telling us that they love number 5. Number 5 is barking, which means that both evils are the same difference from them. So if 8 is evil, then the partner is evil as well. It may be that these two are evil. That makes sense to me so far. I love the music in this game. I could live in it. What about number 7? A second stalker. Do Brazilians play the board game Clue? This sort of reminds me of that game. Clue for me is the one where you walk on a board and there's a mansion and you gotta figure out who's got killed with what weapon. Like Colonel Mustard with the... I don't know, the rope. It's been a while since I've played Clue. Cluedo? He speaks Portuguese, not Spanish. Yeah, but it's been a while since I played Clue. And it's called, what's it called in Portuguese? Damn, I don't know. I think we call it Clue. Oh, someone's obscured by this picture. But yeah, it does oh, it's 14 hours when the tower ring. Okay. Note that down, chat. 14. The mailman's telling us that the weatherman lives in town and they're never heard of the barkeep. Lies. You're lying. 6 is the fall guy, which doesn't help us at all. But the point about the fall guy is that the bloodhound might be seeing the fall guy as an evil, and if number 4 is an evil, then both of these guys are equidistant to the bloodhound. What's the therapist's... When investigated, I announced how many of my adjacent neighbors are evil. Yeah, so the therapist might be seeing the fall guy as an evil. Oh. What? The stalker pretends to be someone else when I use their abilities. Is that it? Like, what's the hand? Oh yeah. Ask to cancel. Let's go for number 1 then. 3 steps away from the closest evil. So steps work like... If it's going diagonally, then that's 2 steps, like 1, 2. But how if the reporter is telling the truth? They could be seeing 1, 2, 3, the fall guy as an evil. But then the bloodhound will be lying. Where's the bloodhound here? I announced the direction of the nearest evil roll from me. If the closest evil rolls are the same distance, I start barking. So the same distance doesn't mean that they're both in the same row or the same column. They might be both one in the same row and the other one in the same column. So maybe 10 is an evil. And they are 3 steps away from the reporter. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. One thing that I don't understand is that why we have 2 stalkers. And do we have someone that's tainted? Oh yeah, detective. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for telling me. But I don't remember, because I've played that game so long ago. We also have Monopoly, and we call that Banco Imobiliário, which is basically a translation from house market game. Yeah, it's detective. Like real estate, yeah. For Monopoly, it will be like real estate bank or something like that. I was always terrible in Monopoly. And what do you guys call Uno? Do you call it Uno? Monopoly sucks. Do you work in real estate? And does it have nothing to do with the actual world? Uno in America. Okay. That makes sense. So Spanish isn't translated. The mailman is lying, right? So we gotta remember that. The thing that confuses me about the wannabe is that number 2 was revealed when we started the game, but the second part of their description says that one in play underling is revealed and there were no other revealed people. Monopoly was originally created as a parody of capitalism. And then it became too real. That's just how it works right now. I wish I could buy a house. This game must be terrible for people who are colorblind. The shades are very close. I wanna mark this one as wannabe. I think the Bloodhound's telling the truth. And I'm still confused about when we started the game. This might be the mathematician. What's the hand? What's the hand? about. And I think number 4 is telling the truth, but then where would the mistress be? Unless we have no mistresses. Oh, we might have no mistresses because there's only 4 underlings in the ratio total, and there's 5 here in the deck, so the mistress is not in play. Okay. Doesn't hand mean like they have an ability you can use? Oh, yeah, so number 9 is not the mathematician because they don't have any abilities. They may be the weatherman? What does the weatherman have an ability? When investigated, I announced 3 addresses. Nope, they don't. So I still think the mailman is lying. Now let's pay attention to the barkeep. I transform 1 innocent row into the drunkard. And I don't have a description of the drunkard. That's not nice. And I lie and pretend to be a suspected row. See, the suspected row. Everybody talks about being a suspected row. So I feel like the barkeep isn't here either. What's the stalker's ability? Pick a surrounding neighbor and pretend to be their appearance. If they're tainted, I always kill them. I don't think there's anyone that's tainted. Unless the wannabe who pretends to be tainted. There's no one else here taints someone. So I think the stalker will be reliable to us. But why would I want to make them pretend to be someone else's appearance? I don't understand why the stalker's ability is useful if we don't have anyone that's tainted. And why do we have 2 of them? Because 1 underling is pretending to be them, for sure. Now, who? Why does the list have more than 12 identities? These are the roles that could be in play. Not all of them are. But like, someone could pretend to be any of these, and then they are not in play, but we see them in play because someone else is pretending. And one thing that I don't like is that it says here that the wannabe could pretend. Who could pretend? The fall guy? Wannabe pretends to be a tainted in-play revealed underling. That description is so confusing. Tainted in-play revealed underling. And 1 in-play underling is revealed. I don't think this is the wannabe. I think they're just someone who's lying. Because if they were the wannabe, then someone else would have been revealed with them, and they weren't. Hey Epic DJ, welcome. I'm doing good. I'm taking my sweet time with this one. It's a hard one. You're not late. We've been here 15 minutes. Oh, we've been here a long time. Oh my god. Okay, let's pick this up. Now the bloodhound is barking and there's 3 evils around him. But now the reporter is lying if number 2 is lying. Because they're not 3 steps away from the closest evil. So they have to be evil as well. Oh, my back. But then if number 2 were to be evil, the therapist would say that they have 2 evil clients. And the fall guy is just seen as an evil, but he's not evil. And other roles cannot pretend to be them. So that's what makes me think that either the therapist is lying or number 2 is not evil. And I'm pretty sure these 2 are good people. 4 and 5. But who would they be if the mailman is also... The specter doesn't have to be near the person they obscured. Is the fact that the wife is telling us that they love number 10. Does the wife only love innocent? Yeah, they don't love meddlers. Hey, Bandit. Okay. Because surrounding neighbor pretends to be their appearance might kill them if they are tainted. And how do I know that number 9 is not the weatherman? Because the mailman is talking about the weatherman living in town, but we have no weatherman. Number 9 couldn't be the weatherman obscured because the weatherman, when they talk about their ability, when they are investigated, they announce 3 addresses. So we would see in their description here, instead of only question marks, we would see at least 3 numbers. So the 3 addresses that the weatherman announces. So this is not the weatherman, which means that the mailman is lying. And if they're lying about the weatherman, then I know that the barkeep is in town. And the barkeep transforms one innocent role into the drunkard. And they lie and pretend to be. Can I know what the drunkard does? Here. This is the milkman. Who's the drunkard? You. Lie and pretend to be a good not in play role. The keywords doesn't tell us what suspected roles are. Okay, so now we know that someone here is the drunkard lying about being a good person. And it could be the mailman. So I think among all of these people, the one I'm most certain is an evil is number 8. Oh, number 9 is the clockmaker, isn't it? Nah, because we would see numbers as well. Because when they're investigated, they announce at what time the clock tower will ring. And we have no characters talking about time. Hey, Peter Rosenberg. I'm gonna try to arrest the wife, but if they're the conman, then I'm fucked. What does the stalker do? You tell me, because I don't understand. It says that their ability is to pick a surrounding neighbor, and then they pretend to be their appearance, and they might kill them. And if that person is tainted, then they always kill them. And to me, that means that their ability is only useful when I want to check if someone is tainted. But at the same time, they may kill that person if they're not tainted, so the ability is actually not useful at all. Because even if they kill someone, I couldn't be sure that they were tainted. And why would I want the stalker to pretend they're someone else? Sounds like I killed a drunkard, but... Is the drunkard tainted? When I'm tainted, I do not change my behavior. I lie and pretend to be a good not in play role. And why do we have 2 stalkers? Thinking of Demon Buff. Yeah, the similarities are a bit confusing. Yeah, the games are so similar because it makes us... but I feel... and I'm so sorry. Because I don't want to bash Demon Bluff. I love Demon Bluff and I think the games are not comparable in any sense. Like, of course, they use the same mechanics. But they launched around the same time, so I don't think one is piggybacking off the other. I think they just... I think that Dupery does a lot better at explaining stuff. Minus some things here. And the UI is also easier to... like, it's easier for us to see each ability here when we have them listed like that. I do think this is clear, yeah. But what makes me sure that the wife is evil, that number 8 is evil. Underling, not evil. Fall Guy is for sure seen by Bloodhound as an evil. And by the therapist, possibly if they're not lying. If the therapist is lying, I guess we gotta see if the therapist is lying or not. Ugh. The weatherman lives in town and never heard of the barkeep. Why are you lying as well? Why are you lying? This guy is for sure lying too. Or not, if number 2 is not. But either way, they're lying. The reporter is lying either way, because either the therapist is evil or the partner. There's no way for none of them to be evil. Underlings. Because if none of them were, then the first evil will be number 6, and then that's okay. The reporter will be telling the truth. But someone here has to be evil. Someone here has to be lying. And I don't think number 2 is a drunkard, because the codex shows us that the drunkard pretends to be a good role, not a meddler. No, meddlers are good unless they have been made evil. Ooh, that's bad. So 2 could be the drunkard. I'm gonna try to arrest the wife. They're the mobster. Good. What now? This is a bad set of people. But that's why it's hard. So you gotta give it to the game. They're telling the truth. Oh, I can do... Ah, that's so cool. Like strings from pin to pin. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. How did I do that? I clicked a second time. Oh, that's nice. How do I take it off? Oh, shit. Okay. So now we know that the Bloodhound was seeing these two. So it doesn't help us anymore with these two. If we assume that the therapist is telling the truth and they only see the fall guy and this guy is good, or the drunkard. Can make a conspiracy board like... Yeah. It's always sunny in California. Oh my god, in California? It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Is it Philadelphia? It's always sunny in California. Waiting for the next puzzle to turn into a web of strings. Nah, I don't think that helps me. And I can't do it anymore. How do I do it? Oh, I gotta click in place. Okay. So if this is the drunkard, then the therapist would see them as good person. Does the drunkard lie? I hate that I gotta go to the codex every time I wanna check the drunkard. They lie. So that makes sense. It makes sense for number 2 to be the drunkard. D. But, and let's think again. If the drunkard is here and they're not evil and the therapist is not evil and the only evil close to the reporter are Fall Guy and the mobster, then this guy would also be telling the truth. And now we don't have enough people who could be evils in the board because we need 3 more evils. One of them could be the mailman. Yeah, that makes sense. They could be the barkeep. Can the Spectre obscure themselves? Nope. I guess they can. They could obscure another evil as well. Because they obscure no meddlers. Could we have no stalkers at all? The conman could be one of the stalkers. So we would have to have 3 people here who are evil. And it couldn't be 7 because then the reporter will be lying. Because 7 is 2 steps away from the reporter. So 7 is a real stalker, let's say that. In this configuration we're attempting. Now these 3 people are evil. The mailman could be the Spectre, and they could obscure 9, who could be the conman, I think. And who are we missing? The barkeep. Does that make sense? It does, right? These 3 evil underlings. Would a stalker be obscured if their ability is used on an obscure person? I don't think so. We could attempt that. Nothing happened? Pick a surrounding neighbor. I couldn't pick them. Oh, I can use their ability however many times I want? Maybe not. Well, now we got someone killed. Yeah, I think I can use their ability however many times I want. That's not your bad, it's okay. I was checking that I could use it. Like, that's interesting. I can just keep killing everyone. But that's weird also, like... It's good experimenting if... Didn't hurt my... Yeah, so that's probably an evil, really. Good observation. So maybe I am right. Because this scenario makes sense. And I think that the lying scenario will break everyone down here because we have to have one evil among the stalkers. So like... Oh, this was a stalker. No, we didn't. Oh, this is the conman. Because I arrested them, I didn't lose my reputation, and they were not reviewed. So this is the conman. You're the last one. The barkeep. I was right. Took me a whole day to finish it. Okay. Thank you guys for making me go for the hard one. I'm confident now. Now let's lose terribly. There's a gun in this one. A vigilante suspected. So this is what I mean. You see that in each case there's a gossip suspected, a therapist suspected, and this one says there's a vigilante suspected. So does it mean that going into the case we suspect that the vigilante is the bad guy? And then sometimes a role does something different if they're suspected, but not every role does anything different if they are the suspected role. Remeddlers. Among so few people, we're gonna do this. Don't worry, don't panic. No panic, guys. So the vigilante's ability is to pick a role, and if the selected role is evil, then kill them. Oh, the game itself says they're evil. I don't have to be avoiding the word just because it's close to demon bluff. Okay, we have 2 underlings only, so one of these guys is not here. Now, why is 8 open? Because they're the partner and the partner starts the game open. Starts investigated. I announced the address and corresponding identity of an uninvestigated road. Starts investigated. So let's see if this guy's lying with 7. Huh? If the vigilante is suspected and 8 is an actual partner and they're telling that 7 is a specter, then I think this is a specter. And we have a clock tower, so we gotta pay attention to when it sounds. 5. The youngster. When arrested, reduce your reputation by twice as much as normal. Why would I arrest you? Okay, it's 6 o'clock and the clock tower is ringing. 6. The number of the beast. The therapist is telling us that they have 3 evil clients. Do they count people surrounding them or just adjacent? Adjacent, so they're lying. 4 is already lying. We have a stalker, a fall guy, so that's our 3 meddlers. Someone here. No, the mistress is here. I think 4 is the mistress. Let's start this. I think 4 is the mistress. 1 is good. 2 is the wife's partner. And they are talking about 5. They could be talking about the time when the clock goes out. But the clock went out at 6, right? And this is saying 5. And if the reporter is good, then they're telling us that they're 1 step away from the therapist, so they're good as well. And the therapist is evil. The vigilante is gonna be evil. What's their ability? If they're evil, I kill them, otherwise nothing happens. And we have only 2 evils, so it has to be these 2. The Spectre, which is suspected and told to us by the partner. They're obscuring 2, and the therapist is 4. But this is too easy. Now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure. But I was right. This was a hard case? Okay, we're done. Thank you for coming to my tech talk. Next case. We have a milkman here. But we only need 8% to go to 100. So let me try a normal one. How come the mistress is suspected? I don't understand the suspected thing. Therapist. Both of these are 21%. I guess we gotta go for the hard one because it's more fun. Ooh, the scoundrel. I love the icon. Cannot die or be arrested unless I'm the less evil. We have a clock tower. The milkman does, after the 24th hour, become evil without others noticing. So we have 2 underlings, 3 meddlers. The conman is revealed, so that means that the wannabe is here. The clockmaker is telling us that the clock tower will ring from 5 to 6. So 1 to 2 hours from now. And it rang at 2, so that means that the clockmaker is good, telling us the truth. The skeptic is telling us that 3 is good, so they're telling the truth as well. The mobster is reviewed. Oh, one of these guys is the wannabe. Huh. We have a stalker, a vigilante, a milkman, another clockmaker that's telling the truth. So who are they? And we have the mathematician telling us that they've calculated the number 13. So that means that the sum of all the evils totals 13. First thing I want to know is why we have 2 clockmakers. What is 8 about? And they're not a meddler because our 3 meddlers are the wannabe, the stalker, and the milkman. Or does someone here pretend to be a meddler? What does a vigilante do? If they're evil, I kill them. Otherwise, nothing happens. But if you're evil, then you won't kill that person. Like, if an underling is pretending to be the vigilante, I think the mathematician is the evil. Is the comment always revealed? No. The comment is actually not revealed until the game ends, even if you arrest them. But because we have a wannabe, then the wannabe reveals one evil. It may be the mobster or it may be the comment. But we don't know. So that's why we have to reveal evils. I'm confused about the clockmakers. Because it doesn't say that the scoundrel lies. So I think that number 8 could be the scoundrel. Yup. Because they could be the scoundrel pretending to be the clockmaker and then not lying. Or it could be that both 2 and 3 are evil. And 3 is the scoundrel. No. Yeah, because 3 will have to be the scoundrel because they're telling the truth. And then 2 will be lying. But there's only 2 underlings. So let's trust 7 and see how much. If 8 is the scoundrel, then 13 we need 5. Which means that the mobster is a real underling, other than the scoundrel. Is there a way for using these 2? Nah, because if these 2 are evil, then the mathematician is lying. So I think these 2 are the evils. Case solved. I'm so good at this. I love this game. I love it when I'm getting things right. Okay, so now we did 100%. What does that mean? Oh, we have a very hard, the final case. At least one traitor in town. The first traitor we have since we started. And the skeptic is suspected. And I gain no reputation from solving the final case? That doesn't sound right. The idol and the critic, but only one of them are here. The idol makes one innocent adjacent neighbor to them tainted, and they lie and pretend to be somebody else. The critic, you lose twice as much reputation as normal. Others treat your reputation status as poor. Okay. We have a poisoner. Okay, in a clock tower, so we gotta pay attention to a lot of things. Oh, I wanna do this so bad. Let's go with 10. We have a specter. And this is a roll that tells us something, but nothing with numbers in them. Go with 8. I think 8's telling the truth because we know for sure that we have a specter. And about 5. What does the weatherman tell us? 1 innocent, 1 meddler, and 1 underling or traitor. Okay, so that's 4, 6, and 10. Let's look at 4 and 6 then. Okay, so 4 is a meddler. It's mentioned in 2 weatherman reports. And then the other 2 are different. Bad. This is not a copycat because the copycat would tell us the truth. The clock tower is ringing at 12. Note that down, 12. This clockmaker is telling us the truth because the clock rang at 12. We have a fall guy. That's more meddlers than we should have with these 2. So one of them is evil. Oh, the priest is lying. The bloodhound is lying. Well, we may have a poisoner and they taint a random innocent surrounding them. But only one though. Skeptic is lying. And they are suspected. So I think they're evil. I don't know. I don't understand if the suspected thing makes me sure that the evil is that person when I find them. What about 11? The vigilante? Well, you could be the skeptic could be the poisoner. And they could be tainting the bloodhound or the monk. Or the monk, the priest. But let's look at the weatherman's forecast. This weatherman's forecast says that 4, 6, and 10. So 4 will be the meddler. 10 could be good and 6 evil. That would make sense. If we go with that. But if 6's forecast is 2, the good one, 4, the meddler, and 12, the evil, then this guy will be evil and this guy will be evil. And the skeptic could have tainted the priest. And this is a mention number 10. I want to know if they can pretend to be meddlers. They can pretend to be meddlers. Oh, we have a drunkard. That complicates things because one could be evil if there's someone pretending to be a meddler, and then we could have a drunkard that lies and pretends to be a good in play role. Like this could be the drunkard. But then who will be tainted? Can the vigilante be tainted? The milkman becomes evil on the 24th hour. Oh yeah, you're right. So they have become evil. But have I opened the skeptic after I opened the milkman? I don't remember. Is there a way for me to check the order I opened the things in? What's the scissors for? Cut string. Oh. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. It's always sunny. I'm still thinking about what's the name of that show. I gotta look it up. I'm gonna go insane. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah. Because I don't remember who said it. There's a reason for that, why I got confused about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because for me, Philadelphia starts with an F. Yeah, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But they said the abbreviation of it, and I'm like, Philadelphia starts with an F. That doesn't make sense. This reminds me of some time ago when I went to the store looking for a fuse. And then the guy, I asked, oh, do you guys have fuses? And then the guy looked at me and they said, no, we have no fuses, but you know where you're gonna find some? And he looked me dead in the eye and he said, in California. And I stared at him because I was like, you cannot be serious that you want me to take a plane for a fuse. Is this a side quest or something? And then he looked at me and he saw that I was so confused, and he went outside the store and he pointed down the street and he said, do you know Café Mario? And I felt like I was in a trip or something, because it was Mario Café, a store named California, and I'm looking for fuses. I felt like I was in a dream and I got transported into a game or something. And they were giving me a side quest. But lo and behold, just after Café Mario, there was a store called California. And there were fuses there. And I could get my fuse for my power strip. We gotta remember that there's a traitor who also lies. And that taints possibly someone else. And I don't think the critic is here, because there's no one that talks about my reputation. Who cares about my reputation? Gossip? Nope. The mailman? Nope. No one cares about my reputation. Store name California, that's some sitcom shit. Yeah. It was really funny. California superstar. Never been to California. The second home of all Brazilians. This is making me so mad. There's no copycat because there's no two rows who are the same. So we rule that out. Can I... Oh, I can. Good. So we rule... white, the copycat out. We rule the mistress out because there's no wife. Now this is gonna turn into the board. The milkman is evil now, but do I arrest him? Nope. Because it says that he turns evil without anyone noticing. So it couldn't be that 9 would notice that the milkman is evil. I wanna just point that people are lying. How do I do that? Green? You're evil for sure. You're good for sure. You two are nothing for me. Oh, but now we have 3 meddlers, so we know that we couldn't have the drunkard. Because there's no barkeep. So the drunkard is ruled out as well. We don't have a wannabe. So this makes sense, the 3 meddlers. Hey, Mr. Muscle. You wanna see bicep in the chest? I'm gonna start charging you, my guy. I'm gonna put a QR code on screen. I just went for my checkup with my coach today. And it was nice. Oh, I'm looking good. You're really fan of muscle girls? Yeah. Add me. Send me DM. Oop. So this is what we all already have. Now, Chris is lying. They could be tainted. There's a difference between darker purple and lighter purple. And I think lighter purple is straighter color and darker purple is tainted. So let's say that Priest is tainted. Let's say that Skeptic is evil. And let's say that Skeptic tainted Priest. Muscle guy regretting not showing up for your old Silk Song streams. Oh, Chris. I hurt my back. I hurt my back Wednesday. And I I didn't go to the gym today. And I thought about doing silk song today, but my back is just so in pain that I couldn't do pull-ups today. No way. But yeah, when I come back to it, I want this guy here. Now I gotta scan 10 to be someone who tells us something. So, who tells us something but doesn't talk about numbers. So it couldn't be the therapist, because there will be a number here in 10's description, so it couldn't be the therapist. We have 2 Weathermans, which means that one of them is evil. The Bloodhound is lying. The priest is here. What about the mailman? Knows about the specter, so they tell the truth. So this guy is actually ruled good. We have no tailors. Could 10 be a tailor? No, because they don't have a little hand on them. So we have no tailors on the board. Mathematician would also tell us a number, so they're not here. What about the gossip? Number of surrounding neighbors who are evil. We have no gossip. The clockmaker is good. And why don't I think we have a critic? We could have a critic. But it would be so unfair of the game to put a critic in play and having no other characters that talk about my reputation. I don't think they would do that. I think it has to be the idol, and we have 2 tainted people. And why do I think 10 is good? Because of 5. Nah, I think 5 is lying and 6 is telling the truth. It's easier for me to think about that. And then 5 would be accusing 6. But they're bad. So I think 6 is good. I think 9 is the specter. Let me use the vigilante's ability. Oh, but they kill that person if they're evil. I can target myself with an ability. When I'm lying or tainted, I always miss. So I'm sure the skeptic is evil. So I'm gonna test the vigilante on them. And they missed. So they could be evil or tainted. And they could be tainted by the idol. And 10 could be the idol. So it's all a lot of hunches. I have a really hard time going out of my initial thought pattern, so like, let's say that a vigilante is... So this is a scenario that I like, that feels good. But let's try to prove other ones possible. Let's say that the vigilante is bad and that they tainted the bloodhound. Oh, but the idol says that innocent adjacent neighbors are all tainted. So the vigilante would have to be the idol if the bloodhound is tainted. And then 10 would have to be tainted as well. This would work. What about a comment? Oh, we don't have a comment. Or do we? We know for sure that we have a spectre. Have we considered that we don't have a poisoner? No, we can't. We have to have 3 underlings without counting the milkman. So in this scenario, then, if the vigilante were the idol, and these 2 were tainted, we still have a missing evil. The poisoner only taints 1 person surrounding them, so but I don't know if like they have to for sure taint someone, or if they could like attempt to taint someone and then that person is an evil, then they're not tainted. There's like, could 6... If this were the scenario, then 6 would be lying. Because they talk about traitors. If the bloodhound were evil or a traitor, like the idol, the vigilante would be tainted, and then the skeptic would be tainted. But let me just test something. Let me test that the suspected role thing from before we go into a case is true. Let me check that the skeptic is evil. No. My reputation just went down. And it went down twice as much because of the answer? Nope. Why then? Because of the critic. So now we know that we have a critic. Nah, but that doesn't make sense. Because the skeptic was tainted then. So it does make sense. They're tainted by someone surrounding them. And could it be the bloodhound? And if the vigilante is tainted, they miss always. which makes sense. But they would also not kill 9 because they're not evil. And now the weatherman is evil? But now the weatherman is telling the truth. Do we have someone who doesn't lie? The conman. So this is the conman? Because now the only possibilities for evils are 7, 10, and 5. Could the priest... Because that's something that I would like to have a more descriptive description of. In the case of the poisoner, that says that it taints a random innocent surrounding them. Like, I would like the description to say, I try to taint someone, and if they're not taintable, then that's it. Or I for sure taint someone unless there's no taintable people around me. Because 6 could be the critic. Oh, now we know that we have a critic. Yeah. Sorry. We couldn't have the idol because I lost twice as much reputation. So we know for sure that we have a critic. So if the bloodhound is a critic, the vigilante is telling the truth. They couldn't kill 9 because 9 is not evil. And 9 could be lying about number 1 because 7 corrupted them, if 7 were evil. Then 6 would be telling the truth because this is the critic. And 10 would have to be evil, pretending to be someone who's in play. Could be the mailman. Or either 5 or 6 could be the poisoner, and both of them could have poisoned the skeptic. And either one of them could be the spectre. Can the spectre obscure themselves? They can. When I'm tainted, I do not obscure my target. I didn't know that underlings could be tainted. That's interesting. So we know that the spectre is not tainted. Oh, I have to arrest the traitors as well? Because I didn't lose reputation from arresting the critic. Now I'm lost. Because the Bloodhound is for sure not the critic, but they're for sure tainted. Or evil. And no weathermen are mentioning 7. Nah, man, I'm focusing here. My day was good. I'm going to vacation now. Last day of work. So the weatherman, so 6 could be telling the truth and the Bloodhound be evil. Five could be telling the truth. The skeptic has to be tainted, right? So the evil that tainted them could only be I mean, it could be 5 or 6, or it could be 12. If 6 is evil, now this is making me crazy. Go away. Go away. You are tainted. If 6 is evil, they would have to be lying with their... Where's red? Okay. If 6 is evil, they would have to be lying about 2, 4, and 12. Which would have to mean that the Bloodhound is good. If the Bloodhound were to be tainted. Could the Bloodhound be tainted by the Vigilante? Because no weatherman mentions $11. This should be an easier way to select colors from the pins and stuff. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Like, I like Clues by Sam's option, that you just click and select the color. Now, if 5 is telling the truth, my brain is just banging inside my head, side to side. If 5 is telling the truth. Our issue is that 10 is obscured. Let's try to prove that 5 is lying. If they're lying, then 6 and 10 have to have they have to be good. And they could both be good. There's no reason why 10 and 6 wouldn't be both good. Because the 6 is good. And they're talking about one good person, one meddler, and the bloodhound being evil. The vigilante will be good. Then I have no evils. Because 10 would have to be evil as well if the vigilante is good. Because if the vigilante is tainted, they always miss. Oh my god. But it doesn't say that they kill. The vigilante could be good or they could be tainted. That's the two options. This bitch is a traitor. There's our two options here. They could be tainted either by 10. There I go looking for red. Me and my color blindness. It could be tainted by 10 or 12. The critic doesn't taint anyone. So the skeptic has to be tainted by someone. Who would they be tainted by? Someone that didn't taint the vigilante. So the vigilante is good. Which means that the poisoner is someone here. Either the bloodhound or the weatherman. How's the investigation going? Terribly! I've just arrested 2 people that I shouldn't have. I'm not sure of what I'm doing. I eliminated some people. But my reputation is poor now. So it's bad. You have to pay attention to the sound that each one makes and then go in that direction. That'd be good. If we had another mechanic. Okay, but now look at that. We know that one of these guys is evil. What if the bloodhound is evil? And the weatherman is not. If the bloodhound is evil, 6 is telling the truth. If 6 is not telling the truth, what is the bloodhound? Someone who's tainted? He couldn't be tainted. The only person who could taint is a poisoner. And the poisoner already tainted the skeptic. So the bloodhound is evil. Hallelujah! Okay. Good. The skeptic has been tainted by the poisoner who's here. The weatherman number 6 is telling the truth, which means that 5 is evil and 10 is evil. Fuck. Fuck. What? How? How? Oh, the comment doesn't lie. Oh no. No. Ah, I love this game. And 11 was evil. I was never gonna figure that out. There's no way. Oh my god. That is amazing. Fucked up. Nah, there's a reason this is the final one. 11 was evil. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I think I don't know how to play this game. And I have one more question. Would my reputation go up if I arrested someone? Oh, I don't remember if it went up when I arrested the poisoner. Yeah. But this was really good. I love this game. I love the music. I love the style. I love the challenge. And I want to get good. And it's good for my back because I don't have to do pull-ups. But yeah. This game's devs are the true evil ones. Nah, I think they did a good job. Streamer announces 2 hours into game. I don't think I know how to play this game. Me with every game that I play on stream. Oh guys, that was really fun. I'm sorry that I'm gonna leave you with a sad note that I got it wrong in the end. Really sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna finish the stream here. It's Friday. I'm gonna have a burger again. And lie down so my back doesn't kill me anymore. Pull up or rest. Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be a good one. I love Dupery. I really do. Thank you, Epic DJ. Guys, I hope you have a good night and a good weekend. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna leave with my flexing here. Can I do it full screen? Bye from your muscle mummy. See you everyone. And have a good weekend and a good night as well. Bye Chris, bye Bandit. Will I make live tomorrow? I don't know yet. Maybe. I think I'm gonna take lives off from Friday nights and put them into Saturdays, and then we do longer ones. But I'm gonna think about that, and then I'm gonna announce it here. So don't worry. I'll keep you guys posted. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on... I hate the self-plug. Follow me on Blue Sky. I talk stuff in there as well. We're gonna watch the Formula 1 race on Sunday and talk about how bad McLaren is gonna fuck it up. So see you guys.